Well, it's because it basically makes you the person just want to know, like, hey, where do you want to like? Now, I don't know if this is for avoiding or basically knowing where the puff is. I'm a puff player. I don't know if you specifically do this for Jigglypuff players.
Yeah, she's just
But
she's
what?
just easy to work with for this question. But you could do this with anyone. Like you could do this, but you could apply this with Falco too. With Falco, you'd conclude that 8 and 9 are open. Yeah, 8 and 9 are open, and that 1 is open usually. But because his down air is below and in front of him, his up air is kind of like no, sorry, his up air isn't really as good as his other aerials. His nair, yeah, you'd kind of have different conclusions, but you'd still have some like air open spots on him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I think the two most impressive moves of Falco, or because I play a little bit of Falco, I'm not as experienced, obviously, but I'd say 2 and 3 are very impressive because of his down air being disgusting. I think 6 at times can be very scary because he is laser.
Well, laser is slow, right? And laser is slow and it has infinite range. So I would say 6 and 4 are definitely claimed by him on the gun. And then like he'd also have his back air and down air kind of like deal with his like frontal coverage, sort of. And his
Yeah,
nair is okay. It's not as good as the others though.
I don't use Nair nearly as much. I just whenever I play Falco, like he's not my character, but I like spam down air way too much. I love that move.
I mean, like look at the disjoint though. Like
Oh god.
yeah, like it makes sense. Like and comparatively to this, like no wonder you down air more, right?
Yeah. Oh, down air is disgusting as Falco.
Yeah, it's so much better, but it's so much better than like his nair. Like my god, you nair because you have to, you down air because you want to. Um, with that in mind, so you have it. You have the right idea though. It's not just for Puff, but it's to kind of understand where you want to be relative to the opponent, and why you want to be there relative to the opponent. Because it also helps you organize where the threats are in your head, right? So, like, with Jigglypuff, she's convenient in this regard because her tools happen to be on, like, pretty defined squares. But you could apply this to any character. Like with Peach, this is why I tell a common thing that comes up with when I'm helping people versus Peach is aim for her head. When she's in the air, aim for her head. Because if you think about where her moves are, like, what is she... like, think about her nair, right? Like, it covers, like, here, but it's not covering her face, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, same with her back air. Like, it doesn't cover her face. Same with her like, her fair does, but it's her slowest move. Up air's only out for 2 frames. Down air does nothing. Like, aim for the head.
Well, yeah. Well, whenever I play like Puff, now I've heard this from other people as well. It's with Peach and Falco. The best place for Puff to be is to be slightly above Peach, but very slightly above. Like
Yeah,
or Falco. I think it's the same with Falco because it's more difficult to like avoid the lasers. But like you have, it's easier to avoid the lasers. But like it's slightly above, and then to the left or right, pretty much.
yeah,
Usually like where Pup is like facing,
yeah. You want to
like
be like,
back.
wait, pausing. Hard. Okay, there we go. You want to be like here.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense because like if we think about where his moves are, his most powerful air-to-air fighting tools are behind him. So by being in front of him, we're not letting him up tilt easily. We're not letting him back air easily. And then his other moves for fighting our back air just aren't very good here. Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
I hate Falcon's up tilt. By the way, oh my god.
I mean, it's
See,
like it's an amazing move.
it is. No, like whenever I basically just want to go in and like above to say, oh, I mix up. It's like, oh, you read it, boom.
Yeah, no, I know all about Falcons. I know all about Falco's up tilt. It's like it's one of his best. It's probably his best normal, like overall. So yeah, no, amazing move. So, okay, perfect. So the reason I use Puff, there is one more reason I use Puff, and you kind of alluded to it, but this isn't like because specifically like an anti-Puff thing. It's more that I don't think you can beat Jigglypuff or most floaties really without understanding some of these principles. Because the floaties, their main strength is their health bar. They have very defined things that kill them, and very defined moves that they can't get hit by because their recoveries tend to be pretty good, and their resistance to combo damage is also generally quite high. So, because of that, you can't just like hit them with whatever and then blow them out of the water with a big string. you have to like actually win a majority of the neutral exchanges. Therefore, you need to know where to be. This is how you do that. But this is still important. So this is also why the rules are less firm when you fight more fragile opponents, because really you're just looking for a hit. It doesn't really matter what hit in the same to the same degree. Now let's talk about your a practice routine. So you can improve your reactions to get more rests, and also what we can do with movement, because I think that those are both really good concrete goals. So I'm going to pass it to you. What do you find is missing from those areas of your play right now?
Okay, well, I feel like there are just times where I think it's just punish scheme in general, but like, if I can probably share, right?
Yeah.
Like, okay, do you want to play like a game and I can like show you, basically? I'll try to go for jab, reset, rests a bunch. But like...
So talk to me about jab reset. Like, before we play, talk to me about, like, so what are some rest setups that you see people do that you're not sure how to implement, that you have trouble implementing? Like,
It's not just rest, but I think this is just the best example. Like, I know how to jab, reset, rest, but it's, like, very rare. I look at, like, SRM play and look at me play, right? And he just reacts to, like, a bunch of stuff that I just don't. It's like, oh, there's a pup that's like right over there. There's like a character that's right over there. And it feels like, oh, he techs, right? Is it good to jab, reset, rest there, or do I go too late? I think there are times where I'm like not up throw rest, but like there's probably some other scenarios where I can rest and like react, just more like that. But jab, reset, rest is the best one. The other one that I really want to get better at is rest out of shield. Although I'm a little, like, I'm not the best with the, what's it called with it, but, like, I know how to do it. Like, I've pulled it off before, but it's also rare. I mean, there's just a bunch of other different types of rests. I saw the video of all the different puff rests and all that stuff. Like, I learned, like, I think the improvement I have is I basically learned how to basically do some of those rests. They're just extremely consistent when I'm playing. Inconsistent when I'm playing, and I basically want to find practice routines to make sure I become consistent with those. Same with dealing with recoveries. There's a lot of times where I feel like I let someone back on stage if they're not doing the same thing over and over again. And it's like, oh, is there like a way I should be reacting in that situation? Like, what should I cover when a character's in a certain spot, right?
Yeah. So talk to me more about that one, because edge guarding, I think, is a little bit better for like what you're describing. Like, edge guarding is more structured than tech chasing well, it has a more predictable structure in certain ways. So like, so I guess my question here would be, does this come up mainly versus space animals? Is it versus like is it specific characters, or is this like a broad problem that you like in your mind?
Well, Fox is a pain to deal with, Falco is a pain to deal with, Marth's a pain to deal with, and Falcon is a pain to deal with.
Okay, cool.
Those four mainly.
Gotcha.
Like, I think
so Sheik is like fine.
Sheik is very easy to deal with. There's times where I just let her back on stage, but she's easily the least concerning of those guys. And like Yoshi, I'm actually good for what I know how to do. I'm dealing with his recovery. I mean, I could work on him and Sheik as well, but like mainly those four, because those four are like arguably Puff's four biggest worst matchups.
Yeah,
and I think
absolutely.
Maybe I think Yoshi's above Falco in my personal opinion, but those are pretty much four of Puff's worst matchups.
Yeah, okay. So this all makes sense. One thing I want to ask you about is, have you ever heard the term tech lockout?
No, actually I have not.
Okay, so do you know how one techs in this game? Like, do you know mechanically, can you explain to me what a tech and like how one techs?
Okay, well there's there's three different types of tech. You can tech in place, tech to the left, tech to the right, and then you can
also
mis-tech.
You can also wall tech.
You can also wall tech, yes. Well, the techs I usually think of were those three. Usually when you go there, there's wall techs, but those are rare from what I've seen. Like, I know there's in Pokemon Stadium, or like when on a platform, but I don't wall tech that often because doesn't really need it that much.
Right, but like you probably have opponents that if you try to like F smash them, for example, when they're coming up with an up B, they can tech that.
Yeah.
If you hit somebody into the wall, then they can also do that. Like if you hit them slightly like above a certain percent with like fair into the wall, they can also tech that.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're aware of those. What happens? Do you know what happens if you try to like? Do you know? So what happens if somebody Can someone like OMS attack? In like you've seen people OMS attack things like over and over and over again, right?
Yep.
Okay. But that doesn't happen when they tech stand, does it?
Say that again?
When you have similar situations, like if somebody gets knocked over and then hit immediately out of a tech stand, they never really seem to be able to do that though, can they?
If someone gets out of a tech, they can't really seem to get out of
a tech in place. Like when people do that, like those like long OMSA tech loops, it's always on a tech roll, right? Like have you ever seen it on a tech stand or tech in place?
Not really.
Right.
Well, OMSA tech. Okay. This is bad that I don't really know this too well. I'm not the most familiar with OMSA teching.
Okay.
It's the most common surviving recoveries. Is this SDI?
So, what
the SDI? I was always I never really understood what OMSA teching was.
Gotcha. So, you know what? This is good. These are knowledge gaps. So let me show you what these are, because I think that this would be like a good starting point for like understanding how we can anticipate some of these techs. Because right now the impression I'm getting is you don't know when these things are going to happen, and that's the problem. So,
okay.
OMSA teching 101. So what is it? How does it work? So you know about smash DI, DI, and automatic smash DI, like ASDI, SDI, and DI, right?
Yeah, I know about DI. Smash DI basically is you wiggle the stick. I'm very inconsistent at that too. But I know what Smash DI is. Like,
mechanically, you know what it is.
This place has a very big 64 scene, so I'm kind of forced to know about it. Yes.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to show you how these things work together, and like what they are in like one at a time, and then like we'll kind of go from there. So I have Falco here, and he's going to walk forward and shine me in a second. So when he does, right about now. Okay, thank you. So let's turn some things on. Let's identify what's happening. So you see hit lag there, right?
Yes, hit lag.
Hit lag 7, right. So what that means is that when I get hit by him, there's going to be freeze frames, 7 of them, where I can move the stick in different directions to like change where Jigglypuff is. See what I mean?
Yeah. Isn't that just DI though?
No, DI is the next thing that happens. DI is what direction I hold here. So you see how I'm going in different directions based on how he hits me. That's DI. Smash DI is all this shit that happens in front of it, where like when I do this and then like wiggle the stick, it's the thing that like causes me to like shift it so much before like I'm actually sent. So Smash DI happens like before, basically while the attack is happening, while DI happens after the attack. Yeah. So like the way I think about them is that these freeze frames, like when both characters are stuck, that's called hit lag. That is when Smash DI happens. When hit lag ends, that's when knockback is applied because damage has been dealt, and then your character moves, and then your character will DI. See what I mean? Like whether I do this, like whether I hold here, or like whether I hold here, or hold earlier, or hold like as it's hitting, it doesn't matter for the DI. I still go the same direction.
Mm-hmm.
See what I mean? So like I could even do something like that. You see how I'm smashed? Maybe you see it, maybe you don't. But like I'm going one direction and then moving the other. Like there.
Yeah. Well, are you going the same direction with Smash DI? Because I know you're DIing in different directions. What I'm assuming is you're DIing in different directions, but you're Smash DIing in the same one.
So I might be messing it up. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to Smash DI one way, and then DI the other way.
Okay. Because you're like moving out, and then you're.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You're starting to see it, right? Like it's subtle, but it's there. So what so there's one more type of DI that happens kind of in between those, or like as in the transition from Smash DI to normal DI or trajectory DI. It's ASDI. So ASDI is basically the weakest form of DI. It's simultaneously the most broken form of DI, but it's also like the most impactful in a lot of ways. So as you'll see here, I am like holding a direction with Jigglypuff. I'm holding down on the control stick, no, on the C stick. Okay. So what this is going to do is, when I am hit, my character is going to shift a little bit down, but no, because like to make she's going to shift a little bit down. It's hard to see on a shine, but basically, she is shifting in the direction that I'm holding. What's okay. Powerful about this is that it doesn't matter if I'm... Normally there are rules about Smash DI that prevent you from making contact with surfaces if you're not touching one. Or from going into the air if you're on the ground. Things like that. It has to do with like not being able to reach a point from another like action state. Like you can't be in the air and then like Smash DI onto the ground from like a knee. The game won't let you do that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so you can't go down on a hit when you like knee, for example, right? Like
yeah.
ASDI. Okay, so what I have here is DI happens after the hit. SDI happens during the hit, and then ASDI is kind of like in the middle of that, right?
Yeah, and ASDI doesn't have the restriction of you can't make contact with a new surface or like transition from air to ground the way that Smash DI does. So that's why, so the significance of that is that's why like ASDI downing on like Fox's jab and stuff will ground you. Do you see what I mean? Like, so
okay.
So like here, so actually, let's use Ganon.
Is it like your frame perfect?
Not really. Let me actually show this with Ganon. This
is that so good? Like, if there's like because I don't know what frames all this happens on. Because like, okay, you're getting hit by something, right?
So here I'm like, so here's like, you'll notice when I'm crouching, sometimes I'm not being I'm not actually like snapping to the ground. Have you ever seen that before?
So you're snapping to the ground. When you're snapping to the ground the SDI and then you get launched? I assume you're DIing down.
Yeah, but I can take this hit while I'm ASDIing up though. Like you'll see what I mean.
Yeah. So, well, wait, is the ASDI basically done with the yellow control stick, the C stick?
It can be, but like you can do it with ASDI is done with the C stick, or the control stick. But if you have an input pressed on both of them, C stick will override it for that one.
Okay.
So you'll see that like when I get hit by these and time correctly, I can crouch cancel Ganon's fair, but like not get knocked over, not get put into tumble or launched because I'm not hugging the ground anymore. So this is how. Huh?
Well, not tumble, but you got what's it called? You got missed attack once.
Yeah, that's probably because I started my down smash because again I'm C sticking down, so I mistimed it. Okay. But you can see that like it's really the ASDI that keeps us on the ground. Or and prevents like the knockback from being applied, with like when we're using it for defense. So what an OMS attack is doing is it is using ASDI down to like cling to the ground when you're hit, and then using it's using DI and ASDI down to like cling to the ground when you're hit, and then using a tech roll, and then like inputting a tech before you're hit to roll. So like as an example,
so this is an OMS attack.
Yeah,
pretty much the roll right there. That wow, she was really far.
Yeah. Wait.
Okay, I should probably put this in like my routine then.
Yeah, it's useful. Like here, it's easier with you taunt. Like it's easier if you taunt. Like if you do something beforehand. There you go. Yeah, you can see like how that can be useful, right? Because like if you take a nair if you take like a nair from Peach or something and don't have to die, then yeah. Oh wait, you down smash. Yeah, you hold
you're spot dodging a lot too.
Yeah, I don't really practice this particular thing very often. Like usually when I do this, it's off of different things, so this is a little awkward. But like, you can see how this works, right?
Yes, I see how it works. So you basically are holding down both control sticks. Or at least what I see, or you're SDIing.
It's like down with one of them, and then like it's like down with one of them, and then like the tech direction with the other.
Okay.
Like down on the C stick because you need that there, and then like whatever your tech direction is with like the other one.
Okay. And how should I use this in game? Pretty much.
I mean, like it's basically just for survive. Right? It's basically for survive, like to get away from like think about like when Falco down airs you, right? So like a lot of times when he down airs you, you get knocked over or popped up.
Yeah.
So, well,
and then he can recombo me. Yeah, which is scary.
But if you could tech away, like if you could tech left right on that, you could probably do a much better job. Like he's slow, right? Like he's not super quick at following up on those, so you could probably get away with him some percentage of the time, right?
Okay.
Like that makes sense, right? Mm-hmm. Now, one thing I want to stress though is there is such a thing as a tech lockout, which is the next thing I wanted to get to. So, what you'll notice is, if I try to do that input, you see that I've pressed the input here during hit lag. If I do that, it's not going to work. Even though I've only pressed it once. Why do you think that happens? Or
so if you press it once, I think you're missing, the ASDI, but that's...
Oh, I've done it right. Like here, I've input for a tech here. So I only did the one input there, so it's not to do with that. The input is fine. The input is fine. It's the timing that's the problem because of a rule about techs.
Okay.
So the thing that's happening here is that during hit lag, the input for that tech is counted on all of the hit lag frames. So you have to do it before the move hits you, or after it makes contact with you, like i.e. before you hit the surface, like between like getting hit and hitting the surface. Because it's going to treat that R input as having occurred on every single hit lag frame. So what that does is it initiates a tech lockout. Techs do not allow you to mash for them, or because every time you mash for them, it sets like a 20 frame window where you're not allowed to tech. You've stopped yourself from being able to tech until 20 frames from that point, from that second input has elapsed. The other thing that can happen, even if you do tech it and only use one input, a tech only will tech for the next 20 frames. From frames 21 to 40, you're not allowed to.
So I have to like time it properly from frames 1 to 20, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
So what happened? Let's route back to Jigglypuff's rest setups for a second. So what do you think happens when somebody gets knocked out, like if somebody's falling from like an up air or something, right, or an up throw, and they input for attack, and then Jigglypuff up tilts them or up airs them again to keep them to just gently nudge them a little bit higher before they're gonna hit the ground.
That might end up screwing up their
their
timing. So basically, that's like a mix-up, pretty much, as if you up air again, right?
As long as they're hitting the ground within the next 20 frames, like of that new hit. Yeah, absolutely, it's a tech lock. That's a very common mix-up that lots of characters go for. Hell, fucking Ness does that. Like a very common thing. A very common thing I do with him versus fast fallers is basically like here. Let's have Fox no DI just for simplicity. So like you'll see, like I can down air him and then like just hit him at the last second.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So
Puff I think does that with her up air and up
yeah, she does that. It's the Hungry Box combo with like side platforms. Like you've probably seen him do this like a million times, but like here,
I have, yeah.
Yeah, like he's probably at like this %. He like up airs them just before that and does that. That's a tech lockout.
Yeah, I've actually punished that before, for sure.
Yeah.
I've definitely punished that before.
Yeah, that's why it works though. Like, and now he's a computer, so he'll just do it perfectly because he's allowed to break the rules because he's an Uncle Punch CPU. But like that is a thing that just works. That's a thing that works because of how the interactions like happen to play with each other. Now you could make the argument you should just RTC rest him anyway, but like the point is that worked for a very long time because it's a very powerful 50-50. Like you either tech for the up air or you tech for the up throw. You can't do both.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say, so the reason I wanted to go over this with you is because you're saying that you just have to react better, but I'm saying I don't know if that's necessarily true. I think that what probably would help you more is if you planned better.
Okay. So basically realize, okay, it's a 50-50 whether they
Yeah, they can do A or B. And then
A or B.
A or B, like they either like prepare for the tech that's in front of them, or they prepare for the tech that I haven't shown them yet. And generally, they're going to prepare for the one that's right in front of them, because it's the one they can see first. So that might help you if you are planning on doing a tech trap. That might help you be ready for the jab reset, because you're more aware that it's going to that it might happen, because you're deliberately doing something to make it happen. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Okay, can I cover in a practical setting?
Yeah.
Okay. What character do you think is best for this?
So, are you asking to fight me?
Yes.
Okay.
Or if you want me to do the Senko Punch, I can do the Senko Punch too.
No. I mean, like, I usually just have people fight other people. Like, I would have you usually share your screen with me, or like do spectator mode so I could see you fight someone.
Okay. Do you want me to just go on the ranked?
Yeah, that's fine. Here, I'll send you my spectator code. Or yeah, if you have good internet, we can do this too.
Okay, let's see. I don't know if this internet's gonna be great because Matt got cooked. Here.
That's all good. We just need to find a fast. All we need is a fast faller. Like, the wonderful thing about like needing to practice combos is that the requirements tend to be like somewhat low. But I'd say that like, yeah, like up airing and then like just before someone's about to hit the ground, up airing them again. Or like about to hit a platform, like
okay, so how do I get your spectator code? Up. Here's does this work? Let's see how bad this is. Oh, this actually isn't bad at all. Okay.
So I sent my spectator code in the chat, but like basically what I want you to do is let's try to like, now that we know how tech lockouts work, I want you to like try to like find some up, like put them above you and find an up air combo of some kind.
Okay.
And then like, yeah, just like see what we can come up with that idea in general. If you find the connection's bad, we'll set up the spectator thing.
This actually isn't that bad.
Okay.
Because I tried up airing him and up resting.
Let's not rest him right away. Let's try doing more like with our corner carries and like up airing him again. So if he's above you, I want you to go for more like, I want you to like push these like further, like as far as you can. If you have to bait him to keep him in the combo, like if you have to like drop and then like come up after, like do that. But like what we're doing here is we're getting used to like pushing for more damage. Like we are getting used to pushing the boundaries and seeing what.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to get him below me, again.
Okay.
Okay. Trying to up air him. I think he's gonna get used to it.
Okay, then do something else, like wave dash in with up tilt. Use back airs first. Like there's lots of things.
Okay.
Like don't feel limited just because I said combo him harder. Like the whole idea here is we're learning. Doesn't have to be perfect.
Okay. Okay, you decide to DI up.
Yeah, you see, you got a bunch of up here. You got a bunch of hits there. Yeah.
Okay, well I feel like I'm a little better already by just thinking about that, right? Because I'm like comboing him.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that was...
You're fine. Air dodge, yep.
Okay. Yeah, go, the thing is, I don't know if that was, could have been continued.
I think you had to up tilt I think you have to up tilt after some of these. I think that, like, when he's, like, really low and you get the pop-up, I think that those are good times to, like, up tilt after.
Okay.
Or even grab him. Like, grab him and back throw him. Like, that counts. Or, like, forward throw. You know, just, like...
He tech rolled, like, back.
Mm-hmm.
There. Do I just think about those options? Wait, where's that?
Don't worry so much about this. Like, don't worry so much about thinking. Just like take in what is happening in the game. Like, yeah.
Like that was reactable. That was easy, but
yeah, we're trying to get out of our head. Like the whole point of this is that we are like being more present with what's going on in the game as we apply the new skill. As we apply the new knowledge. Like, we're not trying to, like... This isn't supposed to be, like, classroom learning. It's supposed to be, like, a little bit more... Think of it more like a sport. Like we're playing a game of we're playing a game around a ball.
Oh, he left.
Okay.
He left.
Yeah.
Okay, should I go to another one or should I just go on?
No, just keep fighting. Keep fighting people. Like, let's queue again. We are learning.
Okay.
Because, like, you said that this was working for you, right? Like, knowing that and practicing. So let's keep doing that.
Okay. So, let's go and...
I wonder if I know who this is.
Who's getting up?
So let's not try to up tilt rest him. Remember, the point is we're comboing for damage a little bit here, because we're just gonna try to push the bounce, like try to exactly.
Okay, well I didn't jab reset him there, but
no, that's okay. But you can see that there was an opportunity for it. So that is how we learn. But the thing about jab reset stuff is that you have to get a sense for like what things people tech and don't tech and when they happen. So like this is why we're comboing for damage more, like why we're doing trying to do longer strings.
I tried to up tilt there. Oh, he killed himself.
It's all good.
Okay. That was a goofy I'm doing a good job, like, catching him above me. Oh, that was a missed opportunity.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We're gonna look at some of these games after a bit, but we're gonna probably play until 45, and then we'll look at the games after a few of these games after to break down some situations.
I also don't know if I'm like doing the fucker combo video movement properly. I hope I am.
Don't worry about any. Like, we have to take pressure off yourself.
Yeah.
Because like this is I think when you like we need to be more like we need to be less concerned about doing things right and more about just like being. Because like the reality is, this might sound like weird advice, but we don't really like. Worrying about whether we did it right or not, it doesn't really help us do it right.
Exactly.
Yeah. So like it's more about just like what do you like about this character? Like why do you play her?
I like I'm a troll and I like basically tricking people. It's fun to do that. Just trying to basically bait and then punish. Very fun to do that.
Okay, but everyone baits and punishes in this game. So like it's more about I think it's more the vibe of her. Like she's a little cheeky. She's got like there's a sort of cockiness to how she plays, right? And that connects with you. Well, do you think that the cockiest players like I think Hungrybox is the cockiest player of all time. Except for maybe Mango, and they both played this character, so that tracks. Do you think that they worry if they're like being cheeky in the right way? No, absolutely not. That would be ridiculous. So, like, that is the energy that we want to have. That's the kind of, like, self-assuredness we want in our own play.
Okay, so it doesn't matter if you're doing it the right...
Did it work? Like, it's just... Did it work? Doesn't matter, because you're still the shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they do have their aura, for sure.
Yeah, so, like...
Mango and H-Box are very...
Yeah, so we need to also reserve a little bit of aura. Maybe not as much as them. Maybe even more. Who knows? Let's get crazy. Like, you can be as crazy as you want. But like the one thing is that I have never seen someone play this character successfully who like cared if they were doing it the right way or not.
Isn't that the case for all melee characters?
Nah, Sheik is very procedural. Falcon is also very procedural. It's just Marth as well. It just depends. Like they have very different strengths and weaknesses. So like different things work with them. Different things work with different characters. But I think that like I would say confidence is good with no matter who you are. But like I think with Jigglypuff, it's like a little bit more exaggerated because of how a lot of her strengths are in subtleties. She doesn't have as like a bombastic strengths like the way that Fox does. So she has to kind of make up for it in some way.
I feel like I'm struggling to basically continue my combos against Luigi.
Yeah,
here.
He's a floaty.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard. So what I'd say against him, try baiting him more. Like when you have him above you, try like getting out of the way when he comes down with his counter hits, and then like punish what he does.
Oh.
That was the right idea. Like, you just had to be ready for the up B. Like, what, like... Any reason we're not back airing?
Do you want me to back here, or...?
I mean, like, I just want you to play how you think you should versus Luigi. I want you to play versus Luigi. That's all I want you to do.
Okay.
He's not exactly what I had in mind for like for this because we said combos, but like I think there's value in being able to punish floaties too.
Yeah.
So when floaties are getting comboed, the big thing. Okay, so do you know how do you know how hitboxes and clanking and all that crap works?
Not really actually, because I've been struggling to deal with planking for a while.
Oh, sorry, clanking, like how attacks trade, basically.
Oh, trade? Okay. Clanking?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of, but not really.
Okay.
Because, like, I don't know how that clanks instead of, like, lost.
It's all based on, so when you're dealing with the air, like air to air or air to ground, it's all just disjointedness. So if it's all just like, did your hitbox make contact with their body before theirs did, or at the same time?
So that happened at the same time. Okay.
Yeah, so this is why, like, so you see... Yeah, so, like, you see how you got those back airs on him? Like, he didn't have anything there that could beat what you were doing, so your move just won. That's why, like, comboing floaties is more about spacing, because they tend to have little gaps in between things. So what you do is, you just position your move in a spot where the limited things they can do don't do anything.
Yeah, like in that little grid.
Yeah, exactly.
The thing is that like I feel like I sometimes overshoot or undershoot by accident when I really shouldn't be. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
Just F smash him, dude. Like, it's fine. It's just like when he's coming up with his up B or whatever, and you're not in the air, just F smash him or down smash him. It's all good.
Okay. Oh, come on! How did he not die there? That's ringe. Okay.
It's all good. But yeah, I can see your spacing looks better after telling you that. Because you're like you're being more like your spacing is more attuned to what you need to do to like not lose the exchange.
Well, another thing I do that's like a bad habit is like spam. Like that was not the best.
I mean, I get why you're doing it. Like, you're basically back airing, and then he's, like, sliding into you, so you're, like, naring him. Like, it makes sense. Because he's trying to get under your full hop back air, which makes sense.
Yeah.
I would say, like, why don't you try grabbing him more? Like, don't worry about it. You are learning. Like what if you had died to that? Okay, so you lost a friendly on Pokemon Stadium to a random Luigi on Unranked. You know what? I think will the world keep spinning? Yeah, probably.
Yes, exactly.
Because like it's more like because grab is good at low percents in general in this game.
Okay, I tried grabbing there.
Yeah, so like you tried to do it on a whiff punish, but I'm saying like you want to grab when you're like close to him or when he's gonna wave dash or something. Yeah, like that one was safe. That one lined up well with his shield. And then you won the game.
That was actually a really good play on my part there.
Yeah, you held it together. You would, and
okay,
if you had just gone back to like the quote unquote the game plan without like trying the new stuff, you wouldn't have been able to like overcome that in the way that you did. Like maybe you would have won the game, but like you wouldn't have learned something, and that would have been a real shame.
Yep. Learning is the most important, because if you don't learn things, you might win now. Losing actually makes you learn better.
Yeah.
That's what I hear.
Well, you can't. The thing is, if you play a perfect game, what is there to, like? As in, like, you know, you had like 2 OPK per, like 1 to 2 OPK per, like, no, like 1 to 2 OPK. You won in 2 minutes. Everything connected. Like, what is there to take from that?
Nothing.
Like,
Mass Effect on crack now.
yeah, like, it's like, and I mean, like, honestly, if you have like 1 to 2 OPK in 2 minutes versus, and like everything lined up, like, hell, you probably are cracked. But like, that's not exactly actionable. Like,
yep.
It is still important to have those once in a while. Like, it is important to, like, you know, it's important to be balanced. Like, it is, though, that kind of positive reinforcement is good. But, like, it is useful for helping us keep going and to encourage us. But, like, you don't want to get hooked on encouragement, you know?
Yeah.
Because otherwise, all you do is spend your entire time chasing it, and that's not a good way to win. That's not a good way to, like, grow.
Okay, so I'm gonna space. Well, like, I was not.
Don't try. Just take a breath, and just do it. And like, if it doesn't go your way, just try to like solve what happens next the best you can.
We dared to get out of my I don't know. Luigi's actually one of my least favorite matchups. So. Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That was an interaction.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to switch off though, so I can get a more diverse set of characters, especially like Fox or Falco. His characters can be a little bit in their butt. But nice living. No. Yeah, why did my grab just turn into a shield? Because I tried to grab there.
Because grab, like the Z button is grab plus. It's like light shield is basically A plus like a very light shield input. So if you hold it, it will produce, like, if you hold it, you will just wind up light shielding. Yeah.
Oh.
So then if it comes out early. So, like, if you input, like, slightly too early, then it'll just produce the light shield, right? Because you can buffer shields, but you can't buffer, like, attacks.
Okay, I do want to learn how to, like, do that, like, laser reflecting shit.
Like ZPS?
Yeah, like, you know, deal with, like, Falco, like, Okay, that was... I do want to learn how to basically ledge hog properly. Because, like, I feel like I didn't punish that properly.
What was wrong with what you did?
Huh?
What was wrong with what you did? It looked great to me.
Not much. What I'm saying is that I want to ledge hog. I sometimes just what's it called? I sometimes, like, you know, want to make sure. Well, I was trying to show you something. I died, but like, it doesn't really matter. I wanted to basically have it timed right so we can just what's it called? Either get baited into something like my or just try to reach ledge and then he dies and gets punished for it. Like that. That's what I mean.
So that one's just like roll. Just like roll or hold the ledge. He couldn't hit you with that at B.
So I roll towards the okay. Oh, I didn't mean to fucking do this again.
No, this is good because he's a recover you can edgehog. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to like I want you to try to do a refresh as he's like recovering, so that, and you want to time the refresh so that, like, you want to refresh just as he's finishing, like just as he's about to double jump forward and for like to set up his up B. And then I want you to like either hit him or do a second refresh.
Okay. Well, I tried to refresh there. I don't think that's
so that one I don't think we had the time for it. I think we had to hit him there, but that's okay. This is what we are learning. And I might be wrong about the structure. Like, this is just like the first thing that came to mind, but the point is more to like.
Oh shit! I actually tried to rest that. I fucked up this.
Yeah. So let me ask you something. So when you're doing refreshes, like what is your plan with them? Like, Oh, like, what's the... Like, how do you normally do your refreshes? Like, do you just drop double jump?
Like this.
Ah, okay.
I died.
So here's what I'm going to suggest. When he's recovering from far away, try to do try to jump earlier without the fast fall, so you can fast fall onto the edge. So that way you can have more, like, time, like, you can adjust your timing better, see what I mean? Because you could also, like, you could also not fast fall that to, like, spend more time in the air if he's from further away.
Oh, he's right here. Okay, well, I fucked that up. Wait, there was the...
So, no, you did everything there right, you just didn't roll. Like, he was dead.
Oh, didn't roll? Okay.
Because, like, do you know how ledge hogging works?
Yes, you basically I'm basically trying to do it till I get this right. Okay, I did that too early.
So, when your character's in the roll animation from the ledge, you are still counted as being on the ledge in this game. It's not like 64. Okay. It's not like 64 in Ultimate where it counts where you're not on the edge. Like, you are considered on the edge even if your character's still in the roll animation, their ledge roll animation.
Okay. So you want me to ledge roll basically instead of doing what I'm doing?
I want you to, like, when he up Bs, I want you to just make sure that you are either rolling or, like, holding the edge or standing. Any of the three when he is up Bing, which means that you need to have a bit of invincibility as he's getting into position, or when he gets into position. Like, as he's entering the spot where he up B's from, you have to have some ledge invincibility, or have, like, pushed him, or, like, be swatting him away or something.
Nice.
Really, actually, there is no or something. Like, you have to, like, have the invincibility or have swat him away.
Possible poor match performance detected.
Yeah, like that.
Like that? That was a get-up attack. That's, like, similar. Dude,
wait, no. Like, you were holding the edge as he came with invincibility as he came up with his up B. It didn't matter at that point what he did, like what you did, as long as you didn't let go of the edge.
Yep. Okay.
He misfired. You can just use the invincibility. You can just use your ledge hop back air though to, like, cut that off though. Like, that's the other thing. Like, use your invincibility from the ledge. You can use it on aerials and stuff too, right? So, like, I would like.
So basically, if he's trying to go back to stage, I just do this.
Yeah. Or just jump in back air. Like. Yeah.
I actually got a little bit of invincibility. Oh, okay. Let me. You can kind of tell what type of player I am, though, watching me, right?
I think... Well, I think that you are... You have the right idea a lot. Like, you have good ideas.
Oh, I did that too. Did I do that too early, or did I,
I think that we might want to take a look. We'll stop playing with him for a second.
Yeah.
So here, let's play a game.
1:45. So you told me that it's time.
Yeah. Send me those games that we just looked at. And yeah, we'll break some of them down.
Okay. I'll have to close this. Okay. And those games are not gonna... I have to find the folder for this.
No, you can just drag and drop them from Slippy. So if you go to replays and refresh to make them appear, you can just select them and, like, drag and drop them.
3, 4, 5. Those are the 5.
Perfect.
Let's see if this actually lets me upload. Oh, it does. What?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought that I was gonna be too big, but okay.
No, Slippy files are small. Like, it's really good. Okay, so let's see here. So date, these are all the ones. Cool. So these are from today. Wonderful. Let me just move these over. So let's look at the video. Wait, Slippy. There we go. I'm gonna share my screen in just a second. And okay, why are they not appearing? Oh, there we go. Cool. So let's start with the Marth one, actually. Or no,
okay.
the Falcon one. Let's do Falcon first. So sharing now. That is loud. Sorry, 1 second. Adjusting. There we go. That is better. Okay, so what happened in this game? So I know there were some moments that I wanted to flag. Let's look at this. Here.
Your stream's glitching.
This is glitchy. Can you?
Yeah.
Let me see here. How glitchy is glitchy?
Well, like it was basically just shutting on and off the screen a little bit.
How is it doing now?
It's better. It's better.
Is it watchable or is it like bad?
Okay, this is like a good thing. How did I miss that? What did I do wrong there to not continue that?
Let's talk about. That's a great question. So let's figure this out. I'm going to slow the game down a bit so that we can break this down a little bit more carefully. So let's start with the basics. So what? So we get this up tilt. Like we get this nice sequence actually. Like from here. Let's watch the full thing. So this is good.
Yeah, that was really good.
So then you go for that. Like over here, so it's really the combo over here that we're like investigating. Like once you hit him on this side, cool.
Yeah.
So good. Love the up air. Love this. So after this up tilt, what are you trying to do next? What do you think you want to do next? Like let's say you want to continue the combo. How do you do it?
Oh, I thought up airing.
But how do you up air? Where do you want to land from the up air?
Under Falcon. Or, do you mean you want the Falcon to land under? Or do you want?
No. Where does Pup? So I agree. So like, we'll do it.
Well, assuming what I saw, I'd assume more to the left than I was.
No. Don't worry about what you did. Let's worry about where we want to be. So like, we're here. Falcon's up here. So where does Falcon go? Like, let's say we up air him around here. Where does Falcon go from there?
I'd assume that.
Like, this is no DI, like, roughly.
Yeah.
But, like, where else can he go? He can go this way or this way, right? Like,
yeah.
Kind of like, maybe not quite that, like, harshly, maybe more like this. But, like, he's kind of going to go work in this kind of area, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, where do you want to be? Where is Puff jumping to? When she's doing this up air, where is she going? From here to where?
Okay.
Like, so you're saying to the left, are you saying, like, landing here?
No. I'd say I'd want to put the up air, go up.
Mm-hmm.
Not there. That's where I put it there, so no.
Yeah,
go a little more to the left.
Yeah.
A little down.
Okay. So, like, a little down, like, here?
Yeah, basically in between the red and yellow of that platform, pretty much. That one, right there, yeah.
Are you landing on the platform, or are you staying below the platform?
Slightly below.
Why not land on it?
Well, I was trying to... Well, now that you think about it, I think that would help me continue the combo even further afterwards.
Yeah, you sure bet it sure would. Why? But why though? What is beneficial? Like, why is it better to be here on the ground so that, like, as opposed to, like, here in the air?
Resets jumps.
Yep, absolutely. So you get your big jumps back. That's absolutely very important. So that helps. What else?
Because I do. Isn't it true that Pup loses some height on her jumps as she uses more?
Yeah, the first three are basically the same size. The last two are smaller.
Okay.
So yeah, you guarantee you that you have your big jump. The other thing you do is that you are landing, so that you then you're starting your next play from a closer position to Captain Falcon. Because, like, if you're below him here, you have to use like 3 jump. You probably have to use like your two remaining big jumps plus a small one or something just to get to where he's going, which is like super inefficient. I don't even know if you can get him. If you land here, to be honest, if he DIs this way. But if you land on the platform, you probably can, because you have like way more. Like, you have so much more to work with. Because you could also like shield drop into like waveland to like double jump. Like, you have so many like ways to like add speed as needed, and ways to adjust the trajectory of your jump that you just don't have when you're like still in the air.
Okay.
Does this make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. So like this is what I call, this is like something that I don't really have a name for this, but it's something I do with Ness a lot too, and I kind of like have started referring to it as climbing. Like, you're climbing the platform when you are comboing them. Because yeah, like especially with characters like Puff, Ness, Peach, Yoshi, Ganondorf to some degree, characters who have trouble getting up quickly. This kind of concept is really useful for them because you kind of like you're not being so restricted by the size of your double jump.
Well, I think I tried to go directly under him that time. Wait, can we check what I did again? Because I want to
Yeah, of course.
see what...
I actually think that you kind of tried to do something similar. I think you had the right idea. I think that you needed to go more left and then up.
Yeah, because I think even the littlest things can do so much. This game's so hard.
Yeah, so you know what? This is actually good. This is good. So let's actually like chart the specific movement here. So what we'll do is we're going to work backwards here. So we get this up air. You jump up and then try to move left at the end. But what we had to do is we had to move left and then move up because like we can see that our double jump up air gets us onto the platform. Like there's enough height to get from here to here and make it. So that means that we have to be aligned under him when we're hitting him upwards, right? Because we're hitting him with a rising up here. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like, yeah, that part of my punish scheme was very unintentional. I said, oh, the Falcon was here. I felt like my thought process when doing that was like, oh, Falcon is here. Let's just go get him. He's in a bad punish spot. He's like in a bad spot, right? Let's just go get more hits on him, right?
Right, but like as you can see, there's like a real method to this, and I bet this comes up in other matchups. So let's make a way to like try to implement this. So here's what we're gonna do. So what we did was, full hop, instant DJ, bracket, yeah, drift left. So this is what we did. We're not going to worry too much about this, but what happened before this?
What happened before this? Why, up tilt, up into up air, I think.
Up tilt Falcon. So then...
Was that just the up tilt, or I thought I also up air after that, but I might not be.
No, we're making multiple steps. So it's like we're doing them individually. Why do you think I'm breaking them down like this?
So I can basically see the steps I took.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it was up air, up tilt. Okay, you're right.
Yeah. So like we are exactly doing that. So we back aired Falcon. So let's start from here. So bear Falcon. So
Bear Falcon.
So then Falcon blocks.
Okay.
A bit jumps. That's when we up air him. So then we hit him with the up tilt, and then he goes here, right? So then what we're doing is then we're gonna change this last step here, because what did we say we're gonna do instead?
Instead of drifting left, I drift completely far more to the left and go on the platform.
Yeah, so jump left.
Jump left.
Probably short hop left. Actually, actually, no, full hop, it doesn't matter, like jump left.
It's hard to really tell when you should be full hopping or short hopping. It's this character.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, so jump left, double jump up, air below him. Double jump up, air below Falcon. Below Falcon, onto plat. Onto plat.
Okay.
It's like, this makes sense now, right? Like, you can see the steps that led up to this and why and how we got there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yay, got into the Discord. Sweet.
Oh yeah, no, you always keep the diagrams. Everyone keeps the diagrams.
Yes, important.
Yeah.
That's what Ted did when he taught me basically how to punish Fox. Basically, like Fox, I think on platform had like a disadvantage state, right? The last thing I learned from him was Fox on platform had a disadvantage state. It was in disadvantage state.
I look at it a little differently, but like, yeah, you could look at it that way. Why does he call it disadvantage state?
What was it? Well, Fox was in disadvantage when he's basically there, right? Pop, I think, has a huge advantage because what's it called? Oh, you could just clip that. That's impressive. You got that quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Puff basically when Fox is there and Puff is there, we can probably send you the thing that Ted sent me.
So to be clear, this was a really good combo. What
wait,
we're gonna...
can I see? We'll go back again because I don't want to like.
No, it's from here onwards. So like this bear up here, and like how you brought him up to the top platform. Here, and we'll start from the beginning.
Okay, to start, I was going to tell you what I was talking about.
Sure.
This is what I was talking about when Fox was either here or on the platform. This is when he was on the edge. Rock, paper, scissors, where he stays there, and you as Puffkin basically. Like, that's a very good spot.
Oh, yeah. Okay, this makes sense, because if he's starting in the corner, yeah, now I agree with this. Because, like, if Fox was starting on the platform, I would be like, oh, doesn't Fox win here? But no, if he's starting from the edge and then he's like moving into one of these spots, yeah, I would agree that this is pretty good.
Yeah, the other thing, because this was basically me not taking advantage of stuff. Where's the... And we'll go to the Luigi thing afterwards. Like, I was going to show you what I was talking about. Where's the other thing I had? And then I want to go through this combo, because, yeah. The thing that Jake told me to work on when I talked to him last was... This was the... No, I think Fox was probably an advantage.
Yeah, show me.
Wait, no, I don't remember exactly what Fox was in here. I think Puff can do things where Puff had the rock, paper, scissors where you shield drop. This, I think, was a little harder to... No. I want to send it to 10. I want to send it to you. This one. This was the other thing he was talking about, where Puff can basically... He go up there.
I feel like this is even.
This is even? Okay.
Like, I think that, so, to be clear, when I say even, when I say disadvantage state, I don't mean, like, that a character isn't, like, doesn't have, like, I don't mean, like, positional advantage. Positional advantage happens all the time in varying degrees throughout the match. When I talk about advantage state and disadvantage state, I mean something very specific, which is just, if you're in a spot where if both characters do absolutely nothing, one of them is going to get an opening. Like, if they both keep doing exactly what they're doing, then one of them is eventually going to get an opening or suffer a penalty. So, so as an example, when you're, like, above Marth without your jump on FD, because you have to fall into him. That's juggle state. When you're above somebody, and they have taken control of, like, they have depleted some of your recovery resources, or if they just have, like, a really, really, like, they just have, like, full command of the stage, that's juggle state, because you have to fall into them. There's always going to be auto-cancel landing. There is always going to be there's always going to be that window of opportunity for the person on the ground to act. Similarly, like, recovery is the same way, because, like, recovery would be, like, if the person off stage does absolutely nothing, they will die.
Yes.
Knockdown. Knockdown's another great, and knockdowns and techs are another one, like, because they're a set amount of, like, stun, which means that there is a set opening that is always available to the tech chaser. They might not be able to capitalize on it perfectly because of, whatever factors, but, like, there's still that opportunity there for them. Whereas the ones that you're showing me here, these are just, like, different neutral positions to me. Like, they're not, like somebody might have the upper hand by a bit, but, like, they both characters still absolutely have agency. Do you see what? Okay. So you see where you see the distinction, right?
Yeah. So basically, both characters still have agency, even if Puff is in, like, a.
Even if she has to, even if she has to be, like, a little bit more careful, or, like, if she has a little bit more power in that spot, Fox still also has power. Or she might...
Yeah, do you think Fox has power in the first image, because, like, he can still move around, or... No, he's just a disadvantage. Because you said that, you understand.
No, he's on the ground. So he's on the ground near the edge. So his mobility is restricted, but he still has, like, high-low stuff with his full hop and whatever, right? He can still go... Yeah. He can also grab the ledge and use Galint to help try to create more room for himself. He can use the platform. He can use his specials, like especially his illusion cancel across the top platform. He can also just attack. His attacks are good. He has his rolls, his dodges, all of his aerials, all of his normals. Like, no, I think he's fine. Like, he has to be careful, but I don't think he's screwed. I don't think he's anything close to screwed. He's Fox, damn it. Like, yeah.
Okay, what was it with the Luigi combo you wanted to tell me, by the way? I just wanted to mention that to you.
Yeah, no. So, no, I'm glad you did. So, yeah, like, let's start this Luigi combo. So, this is good. So, what you did... So, this platform interaction. So, This is part of why juggling near platforms can be quite good. So like when he what
Well, that was good. Yeah, that.
yeah, so this here, like I think you can be more aggressive here. Because if he tries to land on you, right? He's gonna get stopped by the platform if he either he drifts over here, which you can avoid by moving this way, which keeps you under the top platform as well. If he tries to follow you to the top platform to try to like keep himself aligned with you, he's going to land on it when he swings.
Oh, my dad's here.
Yeah.
Not yet. I'll let you know. Wait, how much longer is the lesson?
8 minutes.
8 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
My dad wanted to go grocery shopping with me.
Totally fine. Totally fine. Groceries are important. So what I wanted to get at here is, so when you have opponents that are about to land on these platforms, they're pretty helpless. Like if he's traveling from here to like here, he can't attack through the platform he can't go through the platform and attack you at the same time.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
So we can't go through the platform and attack you at the same time.
Like
can he shield up though? Or did he just land and fuck up?
No, he landed with his fair, but his fair, even if he shield dropped, he still has to go through the L cancel landing time of the L cancel lag of his aerial. That's still an opening.
Okay, because he used the aerial before. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So I could. Well, what did I do after that? Because I wanted to see.
You waited here, and then you
I waited. Okay.
You waited here for a bit, and then you went up, you jabbed, I think. So I don't know what you were going for, but like.
Oh, that could have been a misinput.
Yeah, that was no. You definitely messed something up. I don't know what it was, but like you were waiting for some sort of like. I think you were waiting for him to like move over here. Like I think you waited for him to come down, and you wanted to like counter hit him in some way, but then it didn't happen. So I think that's something happened, but. Yeah, what I want to be clear about is, as the Jigglypuff here, if somebody is coming down through these platforms, a very easy way to beat them is to just be here.
Okay.
Like, if somebody is, like, on path to, like, land near the platform, you can basically be anywhere in this box, and you're fine. Because, like, they can't attack if they attack, they don't hit you because they go to the platform. So really, as they are about to make contact with the platform, really, as they enter about this space, you can basically swing. Or, like, get ready to swing. Do you see what I mean? Because like, if they commit to the attack, at any point here, they land, and if they go through the platform, then you being ready to attack earlier is good anyway. Mm-hmm. Does this make sense, or
yeah.
Okay,
it makes sense. So like, you basically, when he lands, you can basically just go anywhere in that box, and then you can.
No, before he lands.
Before he lands, yeah.
Yeah, like we're like, we want to be in the box. We want to be in the box, like the box under the platform, like as he's like before he actually gets there. Like we want to be there when he's like here.
Mm-hmm.
Because then we can get ready to respond to him as he enters this area. So it's like get in position. So like this is the get into position phase, and this is get ready to act or start acting. Because like again, he can't, like from this to here, there's a window where he can't do aerials. So you want your aerial ready, because remember, there's always going to be minimum of 4 frame landing lag. So you want your aerial ready to go to hit this open landing lag. You want your aerial ready to go before he lands there, or like as he's landing there, not when he gets there, like before.
So get my aerial before he lands, pretty much.
Yeah.
So not really.
Yeah.
Okay. Aggressiveness, because I've actually heard that my main issue is I just wuss out when I don't know if I did anything wrong there, but
no, like, so I think that the mistakes there are the same ones that they're the same ones that we've kind of already gone over, which is just not recognizing that like you have the ability to wait out some of these actions and punish and capitalize on them. But like that can happen, like that can happen at any, like that's normal. Like that's not, I'm not concerned about that because we've already identified that as an opportunity. What I wanted to then go over is like this, I think it's I think it's actually just let me just quickly see here, because this is going to be the last thing we look at. Where is that? Where is the kill? How do you kill him here? Right. So this is when we were trying to learn the ledge hogging, like practicing the ledge hogging thing. So how do we kill him here? So we have this. Kill. We back air him. We F throw him. Okay. So it's on the next stock, I think.
Yes, next stock.
So I think it might even be at the end of that combo.
No, there's something I did really, really good. I think ledge hog wise or whatever.
Yeah. But basically, like, here, let's see if we can find a spot. Okay, so we're gonna hit him in a second. Do we have? Okay, so we're hitting him across the stage. We'll just play it from here because there's only so many interactions that can happen. So I'll just speed this up because I know you have to do groceries. Ah, yeah. Yes. So that was good. So this is basically this is the gold standard. This is exactly what we want to be doing and how we want to be doing it. So what do you think makes this play good? Like, why do you think that was so? Why do you think this was so strong?
Okay, the reason why I did this, and I didn't really do this before you told me more about this. I really don't know why I don't do this on my own that often. It's sometimes you just need to be told. But I don't think I have a lot of invincibility. If I didn't, like, I think roll up or get up attack there. I get up attack. I wouldn't have the ledge invincibility. Well, I grabbed it right away. I think I would have lost it. I don't know how many frames I have.
You have 38 frames upon grabbing the edge.
Okay.
You have over half a second of intangibility when you grab the edge. Here, I will prove it to you. Let me open Uncle Punch real quick, because this is a quick test. But yeah, like, here, you know what? We'll do this the fun way. So we'll do it.
Did I basically put myself there at the exact right time? Pretty much.
Well, I mean, like, you put yourself there at one of the right times. Like, the thing about ledge intangibility is that, like, there's a lot of it. So let's just turn info display on. So here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. You have 38 frames. You have almost 2/3 of a second of intangibility where you cannot be hit by anything. You can do such insane bullshit with this. Like, you can make this guy basically, like, you can just, if you grab the edge, like here, you can, like, knee him and be invincible, like, every time.
Jesus.
Yeah, so, like, you have way more than you think you do. You don't need to be nearly as, like, use it. Use it! Like...
Well, the thing is, I'm worried, so, like, when basically a Marth recovers, because I sometimes get, like, wah! And then he basically just takes me off the ledge. When he goes wah, or whatever, right?
Yeah, so that's probably needing to grab the edge later, though. Or, like, doing a refresh, because it's... Like, here. Let me see if I can do this. Okay. I don't know if I'll get this, but, like, yeah, you can be fully invincible, like, when this guy comes up with his up B, and do, like, some of the most absolutely nonsense things ever to him. Like, it's just, you have, like, really powerful options, but you see how I'm invincible, like, long enough to get my, like, soft hit of fair out, right? Like, that's insane.
Yep.
And, like, again,
I should definitely try this. I'm gonna either go on unranked or ranked tonight and then practice the things you told me about.
Try getting some, like, try doing it in, like, in this training mode. Like, try getting, like, reverse hit fairs that, like, push him backwards, or, like, using your, like, stall, like, that kind of thing. Like, because
I'll do, this is AMSA, what's it called, training, right?
This is Armada Shine training.
Armada Shine, yeah.
But you can see how useful that is, like, because that's another way that you can edgeguard Marth. So, I mean, I'm going to jot these down as takeaways. Like, so...
We jot them down on the Discord so I can just practice this, because that's what I'm going to practice. And I do want to do another one of these lessons.
Okay.
Especially if I get a confirmation for this full-time thing, because things are looking pretty promising for me, which is great, which is why I'm finally, like, finally doing these things, because life is actually looking pretty up unless the disaster happens. I get rejected from both of these things, which I don't think is going to happen. But
yeah, yeah. So like this is what I'm going to say: timing the ledge grab close to when as close to when he starts moving as possible. Positioning / timing attacks in juggles using the window when the opponent reaches the platform. Tech lockout, no punish game, and then we'll make a note about tech lockouts and tech lockouts can't tech for 20F after you try to. And then last one is, yeah, I think that's actually pretty much covers it. Like really just positioning, general. Like I think that these are good takeaways, and I will trust that you will work on these. Okay.
Okay. Homework, Ramada Shine training. Okay. Positioning, timing attacks, and juggles, and tech lockouts. Can't tech for 20 frames after you try to. I will ask about the tech lockouts again, because that was easily the thing I was the most confused by this lesson.
It takes a little bit to wrap your head around it. So
yeah,
actually,
I know about the other. I think I got the other two pretty solidly. The punish game with tech lockouts, you basically catch them and say, oh, if you do something 20 frames away, like I will go look into it, try to do what you tell me to do. Can't tech for 20 frames after you try to.
You're just basically nudging. You're basically just like kind of like dribbling them or like nudging them up just a little bit before they hit the ground. So that if
what I was doing earlier against Luigi, right? Uh-huh. Where I basically said, okay, I think the best example was against the Falcon.
The Falcon was the better, yeah.
Up aired, up tilted. That was the tech at me attempting the tech lockout, right?
Yeah, like if he was at lower percent, because he went pretty high, but like if you did that, say, at like 20, yeah, that could work. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll play around with that space though. Like it will take some getting used to because this is like something you haven't really like thought about before. But like just try it, and if you have questions, like hit me up after you've tried it a bit. Okay.
Okay. I will do all of this tonight, hopefully, and we'll see if I get anything else regarding because I have to do some stuff for job search as well later today.
Hell yeah, no, like on your own time, it's all good. But yeah, let me know if you have any follow-up questions. All my learners are allowed to ask follow-up questions about the things we discuss in these. So it's totally fine. In the meantime, I'm gonna let you go because I have somebody else. But you have to get to groceries. But yeah, we'll stay in touch. Don't worry.
Well, good luck. With your next student, and thank you so much again. I learned a lot, and I have things to grind. So
hell yeah. Well, it was great working with you too. Enjoy your groceries, and I hope the job search goes well. Take care.
Thank you. Have a great rest of your day, dude. Bye.